Basketball is more than simply a game. It is a stage where heroes emerge, legends are created, and the impossible becomes a reality. Caitlin Clark has emerged as a shining example of brilliance in a sport defined by tenacity, talent, and a never-ending desire for greatness. She is more than simply a player. She is a sensation, an irresistible force that has captured the hearts of millions. Despite their apparent brilliance, the United States women's basketball team took a move that stunned the globe. They elected to omit Caitlin Clark from their Olympic squad, an astonishing decision that rapidly became the buzz of the sports world. Today, we'll look at the events that led up to this surprising choice, the game in which Caitlin Clark exposed USA basketball's weaknesses, and the legacy she's making in real time.
Girls high school basketball in Iowa, you know the name Caitlin Clark, Dowling Catholic star guard, the nation's #4 prospect in the 2020 class.
Caitlin Clark is not a typical athlete. From her early days in high school when she broke records and redefined what it meant to be a teenage basketball prodigy, to her collegiate career at the University of Iowa, Caitlin has constantly demonstrated that she is a once-in-a-generation player. Caitlin swiftly rose to prominence as a household name thanks to her long-range shooting, court vision, and ability to dominate the game. By the time she filed for the WNBA draft, she was already a superstar with a fan base that matched the biggest names in sports.
Team last summer, that Caitlin Clark. Well, last night she went off on the road at Mason City, putting up 60 points in the Maroons' win.
Despite her clear talent and the ardent love of her fans, Caitlin has had to traverse a terrain fraught with uncertainty, jealousy, and open hate. Some of the sport's finest names have questioned her location, style, and even her eligibility to compete among the elite. But Caitlin, with her customary resolve, has let her game speak for itself. And nowhere was this more apparent than in the events preceding and following her expulsion from the USA Basketball Olympic squad.
I didn't realize how many I had, but I don't know, it must have just kept building up and stuff. I mean, I never would have imagined I would score 60 points, so like, I don't know.
When the final selection for the USA Women's Basketball Olympic team was revealed, the lack of Caitlin Clark's name sent shockwaves through the sports world. How could the best player in women's basketball, arguably one of the most electric athletes on the planet, not be included? Both fans and analysts were perplexed. This wasn't just a dubious move, it was a clear oversight that many people predicted would come back to haunt the squad.
The Caitlin Clark vet. Thank you very much.
The arguments provided by the decision makers were as diverse as they were unsatisfactory. Some cited Caitlin's age, stating she lacked the necessary experience for the global stage. Others noted her playing style, arguing that her reliance on long-range shooting made her a liability in international competition. However, their explanations fell hollow. Caitlin Clark had previously shown herself against the world's finest players, frequently outperforming them with her scoring abilities and leadership on the court. The decision to leave her off the team was not only wrong, but also unjust.
Team USA's win over Japan only drew 13,040 fans, which was the lowest attended game among the opening 6 matchups in group play.
The decision to omit Caitlin from the Olympic roster sparked an outcry, but it also set the stage for one of basketball's most dramatic moments in recent memory. Caitlin did not simply accept the rejection, she utilized it as motivation. She realized she had much to prove, not just to her followers, but to those who had questioned her.
I mean, Caitlin is a great player, and I think the way that she's kind of came into this league, she's continuing to hold her own and show everyone what she can do.
When Caitlin Clark faced the USA basketball team in a high-stakes WNBA contest, it wasn't just another game. That was a statement. Caitlin played with a chip on her shoulder, delivering an intensity that made everyone else on the court struggle to keep up. Caitlin was on a mission, and it was evident right away. She didn't simply play well, she dominated, leaving no doubt about her status among the elite. Caitlin has already experienced criticism from the basketball establishment. Throughout her career, she had faced intense criticism. Her critics frequently cited her style of play, her preference for deep three-pointers and flashy assists, as reasons why she was not a traditional player. What these critics didn't realize was that Caitlin Clark was not interested in being traditional. She wanted to be great.
Speaks really highly to the player that Caitlin is, to the superstardom that she's created, for people to feel this strongly about something that most of us who know basketball, just know it makes sense.
Her animosity with members of the USA basketball hierarchy, including the team's coaching staff and selection committee, had been boiling for years. Some viewed her as a challenge to the status quo, a player who refused to meet the expectations put on her. But Caitlyn didn't simply survive the rivalry, she flourished in it. Every time she stepped onto the court, she was sending a message. She belonged, she was here to stay, and no amount of criticism could dim her radiance. Caitlyn's performance against the USA basketball team was more than simply a personal success, it was a turning point for the entire system that had doubted her. With each basket and assist, Caitlyn exposed the faults in a system that had undervalued her. The USA squad, which had previously prided itself on its ability to scout and pick the greatest players, was suddenly confronted with the truth that they had made a major error. This game wasn't just about Caitlyn proving herself, it was about exposing the flaws in a system that had failed to recognize her brilliance. As Caitlyn continued to dominate, it became evident that leaving her off the Olympic squad would be one of the most costly mistakes in USA basketball history.
Team USA's win over Japan only drew 13,040 fans, which was the lowest attended game among the opening 6 matchups in group play.
The sports world was buzzing in the days and weeks after the event. Analysts who had previously questioned Caitlyn's position were now screaming her praises. Fans flocked to social media to voice their displeasure at the decision to keep her off the team, with many calling for accountability in the USA basketball administration. However, the most significant influence of Caitlyn's performance was on the future of USA basketball. The team, long regarded as unbeatable, was now considered fragile, with its decision-making process called into question, and Caitlyn Clark, the player who had been deemed unworthy, had become a symbol of everything wrong with the system. Caitlyn Clark's journey is far from complete, but the impact she is leaving is unmistakable. She is more than just a terrific player. She is a trailblazer, a disruptor, and someone who refuses to be limited by the constraints that others try to place on her. Caitlyn has demonstrated that greatness is not about fitting into a mold, but about shattering it and reinventing what it means to be a champion. Her contribution to women's basketball cannot be emphasized. Prior to Caitlyn, the sport was frequently disregarded and struggled to establish itself in the public. But when she arrived, everything changed. People who had never seen a women's basketball game before were lured in by the sheer brilliance of Caitlyn's performance. She introduced enthusiasm, vitality, and most significantly, a new generation of fans to the sport. Caitlyn Clark's impact goes far beyond the basketball floor. She represents the power of tenacity, the strength of self-belief, and the influence that one individual can have on the world. In a sport dominated by teams and methods, Caitlyn has demonstrated that individual talent can shine through and that a single player may transform the game.
Everyone was up in arms about Caitlyn Clark not being on the squad. Caitlyn has proven to be a game changer both on and off the court.
Caitlyn's narrative, however, reminds us of the obstacles that come with brilliance. She has received criticism, mistrust, and plain antagonism from those who should have backed her, but she has never wavered in her quest for perfection. Caitlyn Clark is significant because she personifies the spirit of resilience, the conviction that no matter how many times you're knocked down, you get back up and keep fighting. As Caitlyn Clark continues to build her place in basketball history, one thing is certain: her journey is far from over. The day she revealed USA basketball marked a watershed moment not only in her career, but also in the sport's future. Caitlyn has demonstrated that she is more than capable of leading a team to victory, and that she deserves every accolade and ounce of praise that comes her way.
She's continuing to hold her own and show everyone what she can do. I think that, I'm excited to go alongside these 12, but know that Caitlyn is going to have a bright future with USA basketball.
But Caitlyn Clark's story serves as a warning lesson for those who doubt the power of great talent. The decision to keep her off the Olympic squad will be remembered as one of the worst errors in USA basketball history. It was a decision based on antiquated thinking, a refusal to acknowledge the brilliance of a player who is altering the game in real time. As we look ahead, it is evident that Caitlyn Clark will be a strong force in basketball. Her skill, dedication, and steadfast trust in herself will keep her on top of her game for years to come. And as she continues to smash records and defy expectations, she will encourage the next generation of athletes to follow in her footsteps. Caitlyn Clark's legacy is that of a terrific player who refused to be defined by others and, as a result, changed basketball. The day she exposed the USA, basketball was a win not only for Caitlyn, but for all athletes who have ever been neglected, undervalued, or discarded. It it was a reminder of true brilliance will always ascend to the top regardless of the hurdles. Caitlin Clark did not simply play the game, she altered it. For that, she will be remembered as one of the best at doing it.
And I think, the points that she made, she's even more motivated, more hungry, and just knowing that her time is going to come.
Caitlin Clark's story is one of determination, of a young athlete who refused to let uncertainty and criticism define her. She exemplifies what it means to be truly great, not only in basketball, but in life. As we watch her journey unfold, one thing is clear: Caitlin Clark is here to stay, and she isn't done making history. So continue to watch, cheer, and most importantly, believe in the power of greatness, because with Caitlin Clark on the court, anything is possible.
Triple-double for a rookie. Caitlin Clark has it.
As a rookie in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark has had a major influence as she became the first triple-double recorded in league history.
Aforementioned rookie spotlight. Look at the All-Stars for the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark.
The Fever met the Liberty in a game to mark this turning point. Clark was named an All-Star before the game in tandem with Leah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. With an outstanding three-pointer in the first quarter, Clark established the pace and helped the Fever to have a 15-6 advantage. Of the team's 18 points at the conclusion of the quarter, Clark had either scored or assisted 17.
Lays it in. Assist. Her third straight double-double. 13 points, 10 assists.
The Liberty started to narrow the difference in the second quarter, thanks in great part to Jonquel Jones. Though Liberty tied the game at 35, Clark kept shining and collaborated well with Boston. At the break, the Fever maintained 1 point ahead of its opponent. The game stayed tight in the third quarter, with Clark making major contributions, the first rookie and third player in WNBA history to score 3 straight points and assist double-doubles.
Her star power was on full display against the New York Liberty when Clark made history. Not only for herself as a rookie, but for her team when she hit a triple-double, electrifying the crowd.
By the third's conclusion, Liberty led 62-55 as Clark guaranteed the required rebound. The fourth quarter was distinguished by her record triple-double, an accomplishment appreciated by the audience.
That is remarkable. No small feat right there.
Even with the continuous game, Clark stayed concentrated to let the Fever remain competitive. With 3 minutes remaining, Clark's efforts produced vital plays, including a successful and one, thereby lowering the margin to 3 points. The Fever kept fighting, and Mitchell and Boston helped greatly.
You got Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston. It's the All-Stars versus Team USA, July 20th in PHX. Be there. Clark draining the triple, and then another step.
Liberty had an opportunity to draw the game at the last minute, but failed, therefore guaranteeing the Fever's triumph.
The knee injury. And that's the way to push the ball in transition. Oh, that's not gonna waste much time. Caitlin Clark has her second three-pointer. How confident is she right now?
With 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists, Clark came out of the game. Her performance not only marked a personal milestone, but also a major team accomplishment because they overcame one of the top teams in the league. In her post-game thoughts, Clark's modesty was clear. She credited her colleagues for her achievement and expressed delight in helping the squad to succeed well.
The first rookie in WNBA history, you see it right there, to record a triple-double.
Compared to other outstanding players like Diana Taurasi, Clark's extraordinary skill and fierce competitiveness were underlined in this game. Her potential to be a top player in the league is shown by her constant improvement and methods of supporting her team. With her chances much improved after this historic game, Clark's performance has confirmed her as a frontrunner for the Rookie of the Year title.
The league started in 1997. There have been over 1,000 players who have played in the league, and she is the first to ever record a triple-dub.
With Clark's triple-double, the Fever's triumph against the Liberty is evidence of the team's tenacity and capacity for under-pressure performance. Since Clark has participated in a good amount of the Fever's scoring, her efforts have been crucial in helping the club to succeed this season. Key elements in her exceptional success this season are her competitive spirit and will to win.
They're front of the cup. We're running. Clark to the corner, it's Mitchell for triple. We're tied at 75.
Within the larger WNBA framework, Clark's rookie performance is unheard of. She has not just established records, but also shown a degree of talent and maturity that is a fit for her league in the future. Her debut season performance at such a high level is an amazing indication of the Fever and the WNBA overall.
Same score, the Fever, they're on the outside looking into this playoff picture, but they get a win. They crack the top 8. It's Boston giving the Fever a 2-point lead.
Caitlin Clark's unprecedented triple-double during her rookie year marks her extraordinary aptitude and potential, a major accomplishment in WNBA history, and a highlight of her career.
Triple-double, how do you feel?
Another one of these. Shout out to the fans, though. They were unreal. They got us there.
Early in her basketball career, Clark often displayed her talents and basketball IQ in high school.
Usually at games, sometimes we get 1 or 2 or 3. Sometimes they let us know ahead of time, sometimes not. But just a wide range from,
Her solid basis helped her to be ready for the move into the professional ranks. Her physical and mental tenacity, as well as her game reading abilities, distinguished her from her colleagues.
Just always been competitive. I mean, playing Candyland, she was going to win. So that part is just about her core of who she is.
Clark's first year had difficulties adjusting to the WNBA's increased degree of competitiveness. She soon showed, nonetheless, that she could not only keep up but really shine. From scoring to playmaking to rebounding, her triple-double is evidence of her flexibility and ability to influence the game in many directions.
Triple-double for a rookie. Caitlin Clark has it. More history for the Fever rookie.
Thanks to her strong basketball IQ and unassuming style, Clark fit quite well with the Fever roster. The team's performance has been much enhanced by her rapport with colleagues such as Leah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. The game versus the Liberty highlighted this synergy as their combined efforts resulted in a hard-fought triumph.
She's up there with rebounds, up there with steals. And she'll take the first three-pointer and knock it down and treat the fans to that.
The coaching team of the Fever has complimented Clark's diligence and commitment. Every practice and game reveals her will to improve her performance and support her team to win. Her commitment has won her respect from fans as well as from rivals and colleagues.
Double in franchise history. Congratulations on that. How much does that big of a win add on to that accomplishment?
honestly, like I'm just happy we won.
A display of individual genius and a mirror of Fever's team-oriented strategy. Clark's triple-double versus Liberty was every assist and rebound she made that helped the squad perform generally. The Fever is a strong squad this season, thanks in great part to their group effort.
Like I've said, like I take a lot of pride in being able to do a lot of different things for this team. Like I want to be able to, I think we're really good when I can get the ball off the glass and just go in transition and find my teammates and set them up.
Clark is shattering stereotypes and redefining expectations for rookie league players as the season advances. Her capacity to execute in pivotal times and under duress sets her apart as a potential WNBA great. One instance of many is when Clark's skill is shown in this game versus Liberty.
She's so humble, isn't she?
Well, I don't know what to say.
Let me tell
Like, I mean, it's great.
That's
I don't know.
Pretty cool, Caitlin.
The fact that Clark's triple-double was achieved against one of the best teams in the league emphasizes its historical significance even more. With their great defense and elite players, the Liberty presented a difficult setting for Clark to highlight her abilities. Her success under such conditions tells volumes about her aptitudes. Not only has Clark's success attracted interest in the WNBA, but basketball fans all over likewise.
There have been over 1,000 players who have played in the league, and she is the first to ever record a triple-dub as a rook. Going off the glass, gets the hoop.
Her triple-double has become a hot issue, elevating women's basketball and motivating new players.
Her Fever were down by 3, though, after the made free throw. Sabrina Ionescu, no off the front of the cup. We're running. Clark to the corner. It's Mitchell.
Her path is evidence of what ability, diligence, and will can produce. The triple-double of Clark has effects beyond the court.
That goes begging. The Fever get the win, 83-78 for Caitlin. History.
Young athletes hoping to make it professionally, it provides motivation. Her account of reaching such a rookie milestone sends a strong lesson about tenacity and commitment. Clark's successes have also spurred debates about the game's development and the WNBA's growing competition. Her rookie triple-double emphasizes the league's growing pool of young players with increasing skill levels. For women's basketball in the future, this growth is fascinating.
Also the first rookie in league history with 3 consecutive games with 10 points and 10 assists at least. Clark and the Fever.
Apart from her on-court prowess, Clark has displayed remarkable for a rookie leadership ability.
The second largest fourth quarter comeback win in WNBA history versus the team with the best record, handing the Liberty just their 4th loss.
The Fever's success has much to do with her capacity to inspire her colleagues and set an example.
And then Clark, she's been filling up the stat sheet all season, needed only 22 games to collect 350 points and 150 assists, the fewest by any player in the league's history to hit those milestones within a season.
As the club negotiates the remainder of the season and targets the playoffs, this leadership will be very vital.
She's up there with rebounds, up there with steals. And she'll take the first three-pointer and knock it down and treat the fans to that.
Clark's path reminds us of the need to help and encourage fresh talent.
Knee injury. And that's the way to push the ball in transition. Oh, that's not gonna waste much time. Caitlin Clark has her second three-pointer.
Performance is evidence of the great success of the Fever's development initiatives.
3 and some change left to play here in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark pulls it back, knocks it down. Her third 3 of the quarter.
Her investment in her growth has paid off handsomely.
First year with the Liberty and the WNBA. Phoebish, the rookie, defending the other rookie. Caitlin Clark.
This success narrative probably will inspire other clubs to give young players more of their attention.
Caitlin Clark, 13 points, pocket pass to Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin Clark to Smith, a rocket of a pass.
For Caitlin Clark and the Fever, the future seems really bright.
And Boston lays it in. The 8th rebound for Caitlin Clark.
Under her direction, the squad has a good likelihood of making a long postseason run.
The runner falls off the glass. And Clark, as we mentioned, only 3 points in the second half. She had 13 in the first half.
As the season goes on and the competition becomes more fierce, her capacity to execute under great stakes will be very vital.
Clark with her 11th rebound, feeding Mitchell for 3.
For Fever supporters who are delighted to see history being created, Clark's triple-double also generates enthusiasm.
So really exciting that my favorite basketball player made her first triple-double.
Clark and the squad, fan support and encouragement have been a driving force.
Get your tickets when you can. We love you guys. And next year, let's be here, celebrate a national championship!
As the Fever travels this season, this solid following will be crucial. Not only is Clark's triple-double a personal milestone, but also a noteworthy event in WNBA history.
Hell yeah, triple-double, man, you're I need a triple-double. Insanity.
It highlights the rising skill and competition in women's basketball, therefore symbolizing the league's development. The league's great future reflects Clark's achievement. Looking forward, Clark's priorities still include helping her team win and enhancing her game.
It was pretty surreal because we were watching TV, I think the game before, and she got really close to it. I think she was like a couple of rebounds away, and I didn't think that I would actually be at the first one. But here we are.
Keeps having high expectations for herself and puts great effort into reaching them. Her distinctive ability and great value to the Fever come from her commitment to her trade and team. Clark's narrative also honors the force of group effort.
Caitlin, you're the first Fever player to ever get a triple-double in franchise history. Congratulations on that. How much does that big of a win add on to that accomplishment?
Honestly, like I'm just happy we won.
Her colleagues' support and teamwork would have made her accomplishments feasible. This group effort is what makes the Fever a strong and coherent team that is able to accomplish outstanding results this season.
All right, my favorite memory was when Caitlin Clark hit the game winner versus Indiana in front of a sold-out crowd.
All eyes will be on Caitlin Clark as the WNBA season unfolds to see what she does next.
And the first triple-double for a rookie, Caitlin Clark has it. More history for the Fever rookie.
Her record triple-double sets a high standard, but her skill and tenacity point to additional benchmarks to be reached. Her next action will be much awaited on the basketball scene. Clark's performance reminds us also of the need for tenacity and grit. She has been pushing the envelope of what is feasible and shining despite the difficulties and great expectations. Her path is a motivating illustration of what can be accomplished with diligence and commitment. The coaching team of the Fever constantly works with Clark to improve her technique and approach. Her continual growth and success depend on this cooperation.
First time for a rookie to get a triple-double in franchise history.
Combined efforts have produced a conducive climate where Clark may flourish and give her all. Additionally, drawing attention to the Fever as a team to see this season is Clark's unprecedented triple-double. Their combined performance and grit have made them a strong competitor in the league. Their performance has been much influenced by Clark's efforts, which will remain so as the season runs on. Clark's success has effects beyond the WNBA as well. Young athletes, especially girls, have been motivated by it to follow their aspirations and put forth great effort to achieve them. Her narrative is a potent illustration of what can be accomplished with skill, will, and tenacity. Caitlin Clark's priorities still center on development even as she finishes her freshman season.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of my game. Like, I take a lot of pride in being able to do a lot of different things for my team, and you know, I feel like as long as we move the ball and get the best shot for the team, that's good with me.
She is always seeking strategies to improve her performance and support her team to be successful.
I think at times I can be a little bit more aggressive and maybe not overpass as much, but at the same time, I feel like we're getting good shots. And you know, I love setting my teammates up for success. I love passing the ball. Like, you know, throwing a great pass is, you know, almost more exhilarating than, you know, making a great shot. So
her unique quality and exceptional performance in the league stem from her will for constant development. Finally, Caitlin Clark's record triple-double as a rookie underlines her extraordinary skill and promise. Her effort in the game against the Liberty stands as a career highlight and a major WNBA historical accomplishment. Showcasing the heights one may reach with diligence and drive, Clark's path is an inspirational tale of ability, devotion, and tenacity. Her successes are evidence of the WNBA's youthful talent's promise, as well as of women's basketball's bright future.
Van Loo, Clark, pretty step back, hits a three. Got a little separation. Stems from the body.
Caitlin Clark is making waves in the WNBA, and her impact is shaking up the league in ways that are both unprecedented and undeniable. This young star is not just playing basketball, she is rewriting the history books and setting new standards for the game.
Team 5 run here for the Mystics after the Fever rattle off the first 5. Clark trying to answer, and does with a 3. Well, that'll get you back in it quickly.
Clark's rise to prominence has been meteoric, and her performance on the court is causing a stir that the WNBA has never seen before. The comparisons between Clark and the legendary Diana Taurasi are not just flattering, they are a testament to how much Clark is dominating the league.
The first rookie in WNBA history, you see it right there, to record a triple-double. The league started in 1997. There have been over 1,000 players.
From the outset, Clark has been a force to be reckoned with. She has quickly become one of the top vote getters for the All-Star Game, a feat that Taurasi, despite her illustrious career, did not achieve as a rookie. This speaks volumes about Clark's popularity and her impact on the game.
Just the 15th player in Division I history with 3,000 career points.
Clark's stats are equally impressive. She was the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 200 points, 75 rebounds, and 75 assists, showcasing her all-around game and her ability to excel in multiple facets of play. Her scoring, rebounding, and assisting numbers are not just comparable to Taurasi's. In some areas, they are even better.
Go down the street and you're seeing 22 shirts everywhere.
The number that belongs to the one and only Caitlin Clark.
I'm really happy I got to see her today. Yeah.
Clark's influence extends beyond the court as well. She is drawing more viewers to WNBA games than many NBA games, which is an extraordinary accomplishment. Her games are attracting record audiences, with viewership numbers that exceed those of the NBA. This surge in popularity is not just about her skills, it's about her ability to connect with fans and bring new eyes to women's basketball. Clark's presence is transforming the WNBA into a more prominent and profitable league, and this is something that has never been seen before.
In the last 10 games,
games. Important for her to get early shots and confidence.
That one goes down.
Confidence never a problem for number 3. They've seen it the last 10 games. They've seen it the first 5 minutes.
However, Clark's dominance is not just a cause for celebration, it is also a source of concern for the established stars of the WNBA. Diana Taurasi, a player who has been considered the greatest of all time, is now finding herself in Clark's shadow. Taurasi's performance, while still commendable, does not match the explosive start that Clark has had. This shift in the balance of power is unsettling for the league's veterans, who are witnessing the rise of a new generation of talent that is poised to redefine the game.
Got to give a big shout out to 5-time gold medalist, now 6-time Diana Taurasi, who turns 42 on Tuesday, and she'll be joined by her Mercury teammate Brittany Griner.
One of the most striking examples of this shift was a recent game between Clark's Indiana Fever and Taurasi's Phoenix Mercury. The game started with Taurasi and her teammate Brittany Griner setting the tone with their experience and skill. However, Clark soon took control, leading the Fever on an incredible run that showcased her scoring, passing, and defensive abilities. Clark's ability to dominate every aspect of the game left the Mercury reeling and highlighted the changing dynamics in the WNBA.
And Clark, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think obviously people are going to be fired up about Caitlin Clark not being on the team, especially Caitlin Clark fans that love Caitlin's game, and Caitlin is having a phenomenal season. But what I want people to think about is, one,
Clark's exclusion from the USA Olympic team for Paris 2024 has been a topic of intense debate, with many arguing that her talent and popularity make her an indispensable asset.
WNBA in the moment that we're in right now, I believe Team USA looks at the roster and they have experience, but they also don't want the distraction that comes. Now, me as a fan of Caitlin Clark, I would have loved to see her.
The decision to leave her out in favor of more experienced players like Taurasi raises questions about the value of experience versus rising talent. Many believe that Clark's presence would have not only improved the team's performance, but also attracted a broader audience to women's basketball at the Olympics. The league's veterans are not the only ones feeling the pressure. Young players entering the league are now looking up to Clark as a benchmark of success. Her rapid ascent sets a new standard for what rookies can achieve, pushing them to elevate their game from day one. This ripple effect is fostering a more competitive and exciting league, benefiting the WNBA as a whole. Clark's influence is also seen in her social media presence. She has a massive following, and her posts generate significant engagement, bringing even more visibility to the WNBA. Her ability to connect with fans online complements her on-court success, making her a multifaceted star who can engage with audiences in various ways. This modern approach to fan engagement is crucial in today's sports landscape, where digital presence can greatly enhance an athlete's impact.
First 3 of the game for the Aces, who had missed their first 5 attempts. Taurasi sneaks through, finds the cutter. What a dish from Diana Taurasi.
Yeah, I mean, right here, Tina Charles gets into the win.
Taurasi's legacy is unquestionably monumental, but Clark's arrival is prompting a reevaluation of what the future holds for the WNBA. The league is at a crossroads where the achievements of seasoned players and the potential of rising stars must coexist. This dynamic creates a thrilling narrative for fans and adds depth to the league's history. Clark's story is becoming an integral part of this evolving narrative.
Not often that we just show defense, but how about the elite defense so far in this game by Nika Mule? She is shadowing Caitlin Clark everywhere, whether it's 94 feet from the basket.
The way Clark handles herself under pressure is another testament to her greatness. She consistently performs in high-stakes situations, demonstrating poise and confidence beyond her years. This trait not only helps her team win games, but also inspires her teammates to rise to the occasion. Clark's leadership on and off the court is shaping her into a role model for aspiring athletes everywhere.
There have been over 1,000 players who have played in the league, and she is the first to ever record a triple-dub as a rook. Going off the glass, gets the hoop, gets the harm. The Fever were down by 3, though, after the made free throws.
Clark's defensive skills are also noteworthy. Her ability to read the game and anticipate her opponent's moves sets her apart. She is not just a prolific scorer, but also a formidable defender, capable of making game-changing plays on both ends of the court. This versatility makes her a valuable asset to any team and a nightmare for opponents.
The first Fever player to ever get a triple-double in franchise history. Congratulations on that. How much does that big of a win add on to that accomplishment?
Honestly, like I'm just happy with.
As Clark continues to break records and set new milestones, the question of her long-term impact on the WNBA becomes more pertinent. Will she continue to dominate and reshape the league, or is her current success just a phase? Given her trajectory, it is likely that Clark will remain a significant figure in women's basketball for years to come, continuously pushing the boundaries of what is possible in the sport.
Yeah, you know, obviously broken news. I've got to look at the roster to see who they picked to be on the team, but I would imagine they leaned on veterans. And while Caitlin has had an incredible season,
the debate over Clark's place in the Olympic team underscores a broader discussion about the future of the WNBA. Should the league prioritize experience over emerging talent, or is it time to embrace the new wave of players who are redefining the game?
Of Olympic basketball, the physicality of FIBA basketball is taken to an entirely new level. Just looking at that roster right away, looks like they leaned into veterans and veteran experience and efficiency when it comes to scoring.
This dilemma reflects the challenges and opportunities that come with a rapidly evolving sport. The decisions made today will shape the WNBA's future and its global standing.
Well, I certainly thought that she had some moments in the first half that she would want to take back. But the third quarter was the tide that changed everything in the game. And the Fever outscored Phoenix.
Clark's popularity is also bringing more sponsorship and endorsement opportunities to the WNBA. Brands are keen to associate themselves with her, recognizing the immense market potential she brings. This influx of sponsorship not only benefits Clark, but also elevates the entire league, creating more financial opportunities for all players. The economic boost from Clark's presence is a testament to her wide-reaching influence.
Time that changed everything, and Caitlin Clark really fueled it with her good decision-making.
Yeah, the epitome of a point guard was her role there in the third quarter, how well she played. Let's go to the game that you called, though, because the Liberty were down 16.
The cultural impact of Clark's rise cannot be overstated. She is challenging long-standing perceptions about women's sports and proving that female athletes can command as much attention and respect as their male counterparts. Clark is paving the way for future generations of female athletes to pursue their dreams with confidence and support.
I'm a dog. You can't teach that. I'm gonna go out and do whatever it takes to win, and every single night. My teammates rely on my energy. So being able to continue the energy, even if we're down, even if we're up, that's what I do.
Clark's ability to handle the media is another aspect of her influence. She conducts herself with grace and intelligence in interviews, articulating her thoughts and representing the league with dignity. Her media savvy adds to her appeal and helps in broadening the WNBA's reach. Clark's articulate and thoughtful responses in media interactions further endear her to fans and solidify her role as a spokesperson for the sport.
It's great for our league, but also at the same time, like there's been so many talented players in our league that have been tremendous for so many years. It's fun for us to get to come into this league, live out our dreams, and play against people that we probably idolized growing up, dreaming of moments like this.
Her presence in the WNBA is also encouraging more young girls to take up basketball. Clark's success story serves as a powerful motivator, showing them that they too can achieve greatness in sports. This grassroots impact is vital for the growth and sustainability of women's basketball, ensuring a steady influx of new talent into the league.
GOAT.
Diana's one of one.
The heir apparent.
Caitlin Clark, that's what she does.
Superwoman has entered the building.
A 42.
The rivalry between Clark and Taurasi is captivating audiences and adding an exciting storyline to the WNBA season. Fans are eagerly watching each matchup, anticipating the next chapter in this evolving saga. This rivalry is not just about individual performance, but also about the broader implications for the league's future. The dynamic between the old guard and the new is a compelling narrative that keeps fans engaged and invested. Clark's influence is also extending into community outreach and philanthropy. She is using her platform to support various causes and give back to the community. This altruistic side of Clark adds another layer to her public persona, showing that she is not just focused on her career, but also on making a positive impact off the court. Her charitable efforts are earning her respect and admiration beyond the realm of sports.
Pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
The marketing strategies surrounding Clark are also noteworthy. The WNBA and her team are capitalizing on her popularity by creating engaging content and promotional campaigns that highlight her achievements. These efforts are helping to elevate the league's profile and attract new fans. The innovative marketing approaches being used are setting new standards for how athletes can be promoted in the digital age. Clark's fashion sense and personal style are also making headlines. She is becoming a trendsetter, with fans eagerly following her sartorial choices. This aspect of her public image adds to her multifaceted appeal and helps to attract a broader audience to the WNBA. Clark's style is becoming a talking point, further enhancing her visibility and influence. The training regimen that Clark follows is rigorous and disciplined, contributing to her exceptional performance on the court. Her dedication to improving her skills and maintaining peak physical condition is an example to aspiring athletes. Clark's work ethic is a crucial factor in her success and sets her apart from many of her peers.
That's what she does. Superwoman has entered the building.
A 42-year-old veteran? A 22-year-old rookie? What do you see?
As Clark continues to amass accolades and break records, her legacy in the WNBA is becoming more cemented. She is on a path to becoming one of the greatest players in the history of the league. This prospect is exciting for fans and adds to the anticipation of what she will achieve next. Clark's potential to be a transformative figure in women's basketball is undeniable. The international appeal of Clark is another interesting aspect of her rise. Her games are attracting viewers from around the world, helping to globalize the WNBA. This international interest is crucial for the league's growth and its efforts to expand its fan base beyond the United States. Clark's ability to resonate with audiences worldwide is a significant asset for the WNBA.
Really amazing to be able to play together as an all-star, but also I think this is really exciting for Caitlin, being a rookie coming in.
The support Clark receives from her teammates is also instrumental in her success. Their collective effort and synergy on the court enhance her performance and the team's overall dynamics. Clark's ability to inspire and uplift her teammates speaks volumes about her leadership qualities and her potential to be a cornerstone of the WNBA for years to come. In conclusion, Caitlin Clark's emergence in the WNBA is not just a notable event, it's a transformative shift that is redefining the league. Her exceptional skills, charismatic presence, and ability to draw unprecedented viewership and attendance are setting new benchmarks in women's basketball. As she continues to excel, Clark is not only challenging the established stars, but also inspiring the next generation of athletes. Her impact both on and off the court heralds a new era for the WNBA, one filled with greater visibility, competitiveness, and global reach. The league's future looks brighter with Clark at the forefront, symbolizing the dynamic and evolving nature of women's sports.